All right. Say now, 9 Spiral. YouTube fair use. This is for criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright on the title USC 17107. Truly, this is a content notice, and you can contact them folks at the bottom. If I had a number for you, I would provide it. You got your warning sign. Warning, we're about to cook. 12 tribes chart coming up. Let's go. All right. Say now, 9 Spiral. Shalom to the home team. What's happening? Alright, well, what we cooking up, man? What I say we were cooking up? 12 tribe chart. That's right. Yep. Alright, man. Y'all see it on the screen. Chief of Chiefs, Naphtali bin Naphtali. Alright, he from the old school. This is an elder, and we gonna get it from the elders, right? You know, he was popping off doing the One West, right? Is the 12 tribes chart accurate? Hell no. That should be common sense. But it's beyond me. But we just don't read. But you know, I want to let 9 Spiral make a disclaimer, right? Let me make a couple of them. Right, this is no attack against on my ox and aquas from the camps, right? Again, I stressed that in an earlier video, and so I'm prepared to lose some more subscribers on this video. Again, don't take it personal. This is strictly business. This is strictly business, nothing personal. You know, we just keep getting something that's regurgitated. That's what I see. That's what others see. And it's something that's been passed down. Kind of like, hand-me-downs and shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to have, I grew into some of my brother clothes, right? Growing up. And this doctrine is sort of the same thing. Well, we're going to get right into it, man. Well, another disclaimer I want to make, man, is that in no way, shape, fashion, or form am I trying to tell anybody what tribe they're from. I can only tell you what scriptures say. And we're going to dig a little bit on Azareth. You know what I'm saying? We're going to clean that up. But who am I to say who has Israelite blood in them? You know what I'm saying? Whether it be proxy Indian or just a regular Naga, right? We just ask a question: who are you according to Scripture? It's not up for me to say these people aren't, those people aren't, them aren't, they aren't, they are, right? All we can do is just lay the facts out there and you know, see how the chips line up. Alright? I mean, in my mind, as I conceive in mine own understanding, if anybody wants to know whether they are an Israelite or not, or Yeshua, right? because y'all see Drop Nation screaming mass murder. You hear 9 Spiral screaming mass murder, right? And I see some people, they starting to tap dance now. They getting a little antsy, right? What is this mass murder? Oh shit! These doctrines are just as dangerous as being on the outskirts, right? Being on the outside looking in. It's just as much dangerous, right? But everybody want to be an Israelite, right? Well, I see more and more people starting to question, maybe I'm an Israelite, simply because they don't want to die by the hands of the Most High. But it's also prophesied that most of y'all are, and we're just giving you the facts. All right, let's pop off. Let's get into it. Uh-oh, wrong button. All right, let's go.
Well, about a year after I saw Nasi Yaakov, Chief Counsel Daniel said, "It's over, Israel Atik, you guys should have learned enough already. I'm done. I'm getting ready to go on the road and preach." You see, he was serious. He would travel across the country, wherever, and just put up a flag and start talking. He said that's how.
And so what we want to get at is that this elder here, you know what I'm saying, he was rocking, with the first Israelite movement, or when One West and them was popping off, right? Everybody know who One West is, right? The notorious One West. Oh man, we heard some things about y'all One Westers. Oh man. Let's get into it. Let's go. Pop off now.
How powerful he was. But before that happened, he took me up to Harlem and we met with Abba Bivens.
Okay, so Abba Bivens. All right, y'all, they say that's the man right there. They say that was the man. All right. Abba Bivens. All right, let's go.
You had an encounter with Abba Bivens?
Oh, yeah. Abba Bivens and Nasi Barak.
Oh, Nasi Barak was up there at that time.
Nasi Barak.
Right, Nasi Barak. Alright. He looked like he was the man back then. Alright, so these OGs, man, this is what I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? All I'm doing is laying facts out, right? Like I said, I'm not here to tell anybody, you know what I'm saying, are they, an Israelite or not. That's not my aim here. I'm not taking a shot at no camps. I am taking a shot at One West, though. And if your camp came out of One West, oh fucking well. Let's go. Nasi Barak.
He was going back and forth between Israel Atik and Tanakh School. And when I met Nasi Barak, it was at Chief Counsel's house. And a brother named Yod, his wife pierced my ear and, and put a piece of thread through it with Vaseline on it. And Nasi Barak said, "Man, give me $7. I'll get you a beautiful gold earring." And I gave him $7. And the next week he came and cut
Dad. Shit, now I put music on him. Goddamn, Dad, that's a damn good deal right there. $7? Dad, what popping all back then? And I'm assuming he talking like the late 60s. But I mean, $7? Boy, that nigga probably came back with a fat ass nugget in the earpiece. Let go.
Thread out of there and put that earring in there. I was sorry I didn't get to see him when he came to New York a few years ago, because I was out of town.
Right.
Anyway.
So your encounter with Abba Bivens, how was it? Like, did you guys go there for services, or was it just to hang around after Shabbat?
Well, is on the Shabbat day. We went up there to have Shabbat in Mount Morris Park.
Okay.
And what he would do, he'd get out there and teach. Chief counsel, read the book, would teach. He would teach. Nasi Barak was extraordinary. He was trilingual. He would speak in English, Hebrew, and Spanish. We used to joke that that man, he'd jump up off the ground speaking English and come down speaking Spanish. He was amazing. And Abba Bivens loved him, because in Harlem you had plenty Spanish people and black people all around 125th Street and 124th Street, because by First Avenue was where Tanakh School was, but they would come over toward the west in Mount Morris Park. They changed the name of the park by now. It's one of the famous people, I don't know which one. And then there was a church right around the corner. And we were in the park, and then we moved to the corner from where the church was. And Abba Bivens, he told me personally, when I saw him, he said he was 80 years old. His beard was white. He was a very impressive man. And he told me, he said, I was out here talking this talk during the First World War. He said, and because I knew our people should know who the true and living God is. This time is 1968. And
Right. And for that, hit the music. And for that, Mr. Bivens, we give you respect. And the other guy, who's named Barak, and whoever, we can respect that, right? But what nefarious reasons, other reasons it came with? We're just asking questions. Don't criticize me for asking questions, right? Maybe the right questions, because that's what we do at Drop Nation. We ask pertinent questions. We put no trust in man, because we know that the Most High said, cursed is he who puts his trust in man. Now I'm going to show, and I'm going to attempt to show that this is a very serious situation, because you're running into a brick wall and you're putting yourself in dire straits, a very, very bad situation, because it comes down to man's word against what the Most High say. And again, I ask a question: are you calling the Most High a lie? That's what it comes down to.
The time that I first met him, Prince Reuben was here. And they gave Reuben the mic, and he started talking. Him and Barak took turns. What happened was they waited until the people were let out of church, and then they started. And they were, I think the idea wasn't to say you people are wrong. It was that you have been taught wrong. You have been taught to look forward to death in order to get to heaven, to experience what you should be experiencing now. Because the promise of the God of Abraham was, you'll ride the high places of the earth now, not when you're dead. So there was a lot of powerful speaking going on, Wow. Reuben and Barak.
So you...
All right, I just want to chime in right quick and add my little 2 cents. And he's right in that sense. He's right in that sense because I go strictly by the prophets. I don't go by what man say. And I know the prophets say some of y'all are not, Shalaki, some of y'all are not going to taste death. This is bona fide prophecy. Some of y'all are not going to taste death. The Most High told Ezra, I will acquire them from among your number, Israel. So some of y'all gonna press her up. Let's get it in.
You're saying that actually Ben Zaking had a connection with the Tanakh school through Nasi Barak, which he did tell me when I interviewed him when he was here in 2010. And that even Prince Reuben was up there speaking on the corner in Harlem.
Yes.
With Abba Bivens.
Yes, yeah. And I had no idea I'd be so involved with these people later because I was still Israel Atik.
Right.
Ben Zaking was just a word, just a name.
Right.
Prince Reuben, one of the things he said, once he saw that the ladies were stopping by because they see the turbans and stuff, they see the turbans, and all you had to have was an American flag.
Right.
You put up an American flag and the cops wouldn't bother you. But if you got out there and started having some kind of a gathering without a permit of some sort, there would be trouble. But they just put up American flag and start talking. And Prince Reuben was saying, yeah, and this woman told me, she said, I got a line in my bosom. I got a telephone in my bosom and I talk to the Lord. Yes, I do. I go straight to the Lord every day. And then Prince Reuben said, now if that babe got a line in her bosom like that, she gonna put Bell Telephone out of business. And all of the church people decided they wasn't going back after the break. They was out there cheering, man. He said there ain't no sweet by and bias in the here and now. You see, that pork chop preacher just taking the money. Y'all got to.
They taking the money. They need the money for the honey. All right, now this is very interesting right here because as I studied this film, right, this piece of footage, one thing I noticed is that to me, this seems like the first remnants of what we see the campers doing today, right? Here he's describing how Bivens and the crew would, challenge on a street corner the church people going into the church, right? And this is how they would get a crowd gathering. As you see, he said all they had to do was hold up an American flag. That sounds kind of strange. It's kind of like a sign, huh? Like, hey, look, we're good. We got the flag, we're good. You see how that works? And so this is where the camps get it today. Again, they say hit the highways and byways. This is what Yahweh Shai say. And over here at Drop Nation, we're Torah Tanakh. And so, like I said, I'm fine sitting here where I dwell. And I can reach the people just as well, you know what I'm saying? But to each his own. Like I said, if we all agreed upon the same thing, then we would be out of captivity. Right? We're not supposed to agree on the same things. We're not going to. We can reason with each other, though. That's one thing we can do. All right, let's pop off.
Understand, You know, there's no pie in the sky in the sweet by and by. Oh, Lord, that boy talking, ain't he? You know. And then when Abba Bibbins get up with that impressive voice and that stately manner and that white beard.
And he also used to wear a turban.
And he wore a white turban, you know. And when he starts speaking, you know, our people were, and always were in those days, intent on bowing to the gray hair. You know, it was like, that's it. You know, they said, we're now going to hear from our elder and our teacher. And he stand up there and he start talking and say, and I can prove it with that book you got right there in your hand, you know. And anyway, that was a great experience. I went up there a couple times. And one time we were over there and they had the charts up. And they had the charts that said if you're Jamaican, you come from this tribe, and if you're from Barbados, it's that tribe, and boom, 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 boom. And read the book, said, hey, come on, Pop. What is, you know that ain't right. He said, of course, Danny, I know that's not right. He said, but that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true. Well, you know, yeah.
Okay, so there you have it. There you have it, right? Also, man, we're gonna get into some footage, man, as to where the true source, you know, we're gonna trace it to one person, to actually where it came from. But you know, there you go.
Right? He said, of course, Danny, I know that's not right. He said, but that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true. Well, you know, years later, after he passed away and his sons and all of them, they either died or moved away, the Tanakh school began to teach those things as truth. This is the truth, you know, and, well, anyway, when...
And so this would be what you would call the One West group. All right, let's go.
Year after I saw Nasi Yaakov, Chief Counsel Daniel said, it's over, Israel Atik, you know, you guys should have learned enough already. I'm done. I'm getting ready to go on the road and preach. You see, he was serious. He would travel across the country, wherever, and just put up a flag and start talking. He said that's how powerful he was. But before that happened, he took me up to Harlem, and we met with Abba Bibbins.
Okay, so you had an encounter with Abba Bibbins.
Oh, yeah. Abba Bibbins and Nasi Barak.
Oh, Nasi Barak was up there at that time.
Nasi Barak, he was going back and forth between Israel Atik and Tanakh school. True. He said, but that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true. He said, but that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true. He said, but that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true. Well, you know, years later, after he passed away and his sons and all of them, they either died or moved away, the Tanakh school began to teach those things as truth. This is the truth. The Tanakh school began to teach those things as truth. This is the truth, you know, and, well...
Bibbins was over the school.
All right. We're gonna get it from my man. This is General Yohana, something like that. And we're gonna get it from him, man. He was one of the cats, man. He was rocking back then, man. And he said he got it straight from the horse mouth, man. So look here, man. Look here, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't shoot the messenger. Don't do none of that shit, man. Look here, man. It is what it is. I'm just saying, goddamn.
Ariel was one of the ones coming up in the school. When he got the vision, of course he brought it to Bivens. Bivens knew the vision.
All right, so here, pretty much, man, cut and dry with it saying that Ariak or whoever this cat is had a dream about the 12 tribes chart, and that's where your chart come from. Let's go.
It was right, and of course, being the head of the school, Bivens brought it out to everybody. Just like I'm the head of the school. Brothers bring me stuff all the time, and I bring it out. It don't mean I'm the one that created it, or I'm the one that came up with it.
Right. So here, this is very important, cause here, General, Yohana is saying that the 12 tribes chart actually didn't come from Abba Bivens, right? But actually, he was the one that presented it, I guess, or supported it. But it actually came from a dream that this guy, Ariak or something like that had. We're going to continue. Let's go. If I pronounce your names wrong, my apologies.
So Bivens did not come up with it. Ariel is the one through the vision. Now listen.
Ariel.
You can say what you want. Ariel got the vision. And ask anybody. I was there back then with the heads and all.
Show up.
And I sat down with him and asked.
See though?
We out like we always do.
Sit down with him.
Getting stuff for the school. I'm out with Mo, Ariel.
Right.
I think Lahab was there, a couple of others. And I asked Ariel about it. And I said, Ariel, how did the 12 tribes come about? He proceeded to go into the story. Okay, about Ariel. First of all, Ariel used to work construction as a young man.
Come on.
And like I brought out in that documentary the brothers was making, he fell down an elevator shaft, 3-story, broke both his legs.
Wow.
Was in traction. Got in a wheelchair for 3 years.
All right.
Ariel rode around. The doctor said he would never walk again. He rode around in a wheelchair for 3 years. And so naturally he couldn't go to camp, couldn't do a ton of things. Couldn't even get up the stairs in the school. So he spent a ton of that.
Okay, so here he's saying Ariak had an accident and fell down some stairs. He couldn't even go to school no more, or to the camp schools or what have you. All right, let's continue.
Time at home. And he started to study the records and history. He did this for years. And then he had the vision. Now I'm getting this from Mo and Ariel.
Okay. And so he had a vision while he was at home. Right? And we're just getting the facts. That's all we're doing.
They own my house. I ain't getting this second party. I ain't talking to somebody that talked to them. I ain't talking to somebody from some other group. I was standing there in front of them when he was laying there.
Showing this on TV. We're going to tell you about the nation of Israel. The tribe of Judah is the so-called Negroes. The tribe of Benjamin is the so-called West Indians. The tribe of Levi are the so-called Haitians. The tribe of Simeon are the so-called Dominicans. The tribe of Zebulun, from Guatemala to Panama, all those people that are of Negroid and Indian descent in those countries. The tribe of Ephraim is the so-called Puerto Ricans. The tribe of Manasseh is the so-called Cubans. The tribe of Gad is the so-called North American Indians.
Stop right there. Alright, so off the rip, common sense tell us that's a lie, because we know that we are the Indians, right? So you saying the whole North America, we the tribe of Gad? No. I mean, you got Hebrew artifacts all up and down North America, right? Come on now. We know everything happened over here, right? But I just wanted to point this conjecture out right here, right? We know this to be a lie. Now, I can't go through the whole thing, right? I'm not going to do that, but we know this one is incorrect. But we're gonna carry on. Let's go. Let's get it.
The tribe of Reuben are the so-called Seminole Indians that are residing in the areas of Florida. The tribe of Naphtali.
I mean, so okay, that wouldn't make sense. You just said the North American Indians are the tribe of Gad. So that means Gad and Simeon we got to be one and the same. So you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just certain, it's, you know, so many things, you know, that you can point out, discrepancies. Is there some truth to it? Of course. But what exactly, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I said, it's not for me to go through this chart and say wrong, yes, wrong, yes. No, I'm not going to do that because it's not my position to tell anybody that they're an Israelite. All I'm pushing is, do the curses fit? Now that I can stand on. I can stand on that one now.
The so-called Argentinians all the way through to Chile in South America. The tribe of Asher are the so-called native Brazilians in South America, all the way to Uruguay. Then the tribe of Issachar is inclusive of the Mexican Indians in the land of Mexico. These people are the true nation of Israel.
These are the people that constitutes the nation of Israel.
And read the book, said, hey, come on, Pop. What is, you know that ain't right. He said, of course, Danny, I know that's not right. He said, but that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true.
More than one was laying it out. And that's when Ariel had the vision. Strange to me that the Lord showing me these are the 12 tribes.
Come on, Pop. What is, you know that ain't right. He said, of course, Danny, I know that's not right.
Ariel, that was like amazing in that he had gotten this vision, but he did not understand the vision. Not that he didn't understand it, but meaning he didn't have any proof that this was true. He just knew it was true, and they just, Bivens and them went on the faith that they knew that this young brother was sincere with the truth. And so they went on, they said, okay, the Lord showed it to you, we're going to run with it. And they
All right, there you go. So the guy had a vision. Ariak had a dream, a vision. And they said, hey, it don't sound too bad. Fuck it, let's run with it. All right, there you go. All right, appreciate you for rocking with 9 Spiral. All right, well, we just surfing the wave, man. That's all. We just surfing the wave. Like I said, I'm prepared to lose some subscribers over this one. But hey, we need to have these conversations within our community. And indeed, I will insert my conjecture right now. This has Freemasonry written all over it. All over it. No doubt about it.
So here's a 1936 letterhead, the Royal Order of Ethiopian Hebrews. So let's go to the next slide. They can't say I'm making it up. So here we see is a membership card of the Royal Order of Ethiopian Hebrews, SNDO-C, 30 West 129th Street, Rabbi W.A. Matthew. Now this is the guy who's the father of this community that we see today. Very important stuff that you're going to research. Go find out who these people are. Let's go to the next slide. Wow, here we go with a death certificate. When this man died, the father of the Hebrew groups that say they are anti-African, God doesn't love Africans, where on the death certificate does it tell us that the creator of this doctrine came from? Stinky old African.
All right. And of course, this is Mr. Brother Polite speaking, who is a part of the conscious community, which is another entity that has Freemasonry written all over it. And so that's how they do. They create chaos and confusion. And they play the old Hegelian dialectic. They got to give you two options, right? They got to make you choose. This is what keeps up the confusion. Again, but once you step off their checkered board and stop playing their game, and you put your trust in the Most High. See, that's what we do at Drop Nation. And so this is how we dodge the hijack. No doubt. Let's go. Let's rock.
He comes from Lagos, Nigeria. Let's look at it. Rabbi, right? This is his death certificate. Whitworth, Matthews. This is the guy. This is your creator of the Israelite movement that hates Africans, who was part of the Ethiopian Hebrews. But they hate Africans, though.
Wow.
How do you hate Africans? And the man that created your doctrine is from Nigeria, Africa. This is his destiny. The creator of their doctrine was born in Nigeria. So let's go to the next slide. That thing we saw earlier when it was Ethiopian Hebrews, it's an Ethiopian Hebrew laws. Masons under white folks.
Wow.
This is not my.
Boy, I wish I can get a close-up on that handshake. I wish I can get a close-up on that motherfucker right there. Yes, sir. I wish I could. All right. All right.
This is his.
So we go to the next slide. This is very interesting because the whole time we thought it was a Hebrew temple, it was a Masonic lodge, and he got raised by a pale white man. And now we see their new symbol today looks mighty like the compass is square, and we see two swords going through it, which is symbolic of the royal ark in Freemasonry.
All right. 9 spiral. Now we're going to get some edification, man. We're going to attempt to get true edification, right? And like I said, all I'm doing here is just laying out facts and pieces, right, that we can put together. And you know, again, man, the Most High said, you know, when I come and free you out of the land of your enemies, right, and I bring you into the wilderness, I'm going to set up shepherds over you who will feed you with knowledge, right? And so it's impossible for us to know everything, right? That's why 9 spiral tends to deal with the prophets, because I want to know what's going to happen, what's coming up, right? This great and awesome day of the Most High. That's my interest. And we'll figure the rest of the shit out later on, right? And so, but we're gonna get some true edification, man. I respect this brother right here in this channel, Holy Vessel 34. And I'm gonna give my take on this Azarus thing. We're gonna dig in some Ezra's and see what it do. Let's go. Pop off, no doubt.
All right, I'm going to say shalom to everyone.
Shalom,
Thank the Most
Bob.
High for the Sabbath that just went past. I'm going to get into a very, it could be touchy, controversial type topic
Yes, no
in
doubt.
regards to the land of Osiris that is written of in the Apocrypha. When you go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, verses 36 through 47. I'm going to go through that information to prove, not to try to prove someone wrong, but just based on literature that they.
And notice that he said not to prove anyone wrong. And so when I first seen this video, man, I had the utmost respect for Ak, because this is not what it's about. We just seek the truth, right? And if we gotta scratch and dig, no matter where it's at, to get it, that's what we want. And we want to put these pieces back together. And I promise you, my wisdom will teach us to reason. Let's go.
Actually, just left for us to really read. A lot of us don't really go into certain, literature in regards to, information like this. But I'm going to try my best in a few minutes here to prove that Osiris in Scripture is actually linked to America.
All right.
And that is one of the records, 2nd Esdras chapter 13, verses 36 through 47, that Christopher Columbus himself actually used to find who we call today the North American Indian. Okay, it's not just a North American Indian that was in this particular land, but predominantly they are the ones that were scattered throughout the Americas, South America, and you have parts of North America as well. But of course,
and notice I want to point out that the Tawab Ak here said that these were the tribes that were scattered right throughout the land of Americas, right? So that I would surmise, right, that he's in the mind state, as a lot of people that deal with this information in our community are in the mind state, right, that they were carried away from over there and scattered over here, when it is the total opposite. And I'm going to, if you would allow me, I'm going to try to illustrate that, and just through reading simple scripture and paying attention to simple words. But I'm going to hear the good out, and I appreciate you, man. Much respect, much heart.
Well, other Hebrew people, certain parts of Naphtali is there, Reuben, Simeon, some parts of Zebulun. You'll find Zebulunites there.
And notice that he's naming most of the 10 tribes, right, which would be the northern kingdom, which is mainly pertaining to South America, as we study Columbus writings and early explorers, right? Let's go.
All throughout South America and even North America.
Right, South America, right, and even North America. But we have Solomon rocking in the 1400s in Mexico, right? We got Solomon rocking in Mexico. So that would pinpoint this southern kingdom as being somewhere in Northern America. And we ask, where is the kingdom of Prester John, right? Why is there a Mount Zion in your backyard? Why was there a Red Sea in your backyard on older maps? You see, no one can fuck with us because we have a lot of maps. Go and get your map pack from 432thedrop.com. Get your map pack on, man. We digging on maps in the British Museum, man. 1600s, man. That's pinpointing the Americas as being the promised land. And y'all can keep on playing around with it. It don't matter to me. Let's go up.
Today. All right, but I will do a full lesson on that totally. But what I wanted to show today in this particular video is the actual confirmation, even for myself when I got into this, so we can understand exactly what Second Esdras is saying. Okay, so let's go to the Apocrypha real quick. Give me a minute here. Thought I had all my ducks set in place. Give me a minute. Let's go to Second Esdras chapter 13, and whole Second Esdras chapter 13. I'm gonna go to 1 Thessalonians.
All right, that's my cue right there. All right, you're popping off with 9 Spiral. Say now, what's happening? All right, man. I finally got this book to working, man. It might act up on me. This book right here is very hard and complex to read. It is very convoluted. I mean, it just reads so strange. But when you dig on the title, and you know, a lot of people use pictures of the Aboriginals from this book, and this would identify the early depictions of Peruvians or South Americans or of the Americas period, right? And so we're just laying out facts, that's all. Being the latest and most accurate description of the old world. That is a misnomer, new world of the old world. And so you see these descriptions right off the back. You know, you see Hebrew and Leviathan, Behemoth, Romans and Moab, and you got Moshe in here. You got dragons popping off. You got Mount Zion popping off. You got Solomon's swan ships popping off. All kind of stuff popping off. You got Jews popping off. You know, so many things, right, popping off in this book. And you look at the title, right? And you ask yourself, why all these things are being referred in this book that has the title America, the latest and most accurate description, huh? And they got this book in the Library of Congress. I first came across this book from Tasha She. Shout out to Tasha She. Here you see 10 tribes, right? Why would the 10 tribes be talked about in this book, right? Named America, the latest and most accurate description, right? What are they trying to tell us? Are we just gonna dig on it? It's very hard to read, so I'm not gonna dig on it. I might just point out some shit. Alright. Saint Herod, whatever, who certainly had a peculiar knowledge of the condition of the 10 tribes of Israel because he lived in Asia, okay? We already know where Asia is, right? Where's the true Asia? You see, they can't fuck with us on our maps, right? We got the map. North America don't exist. Asia is North America. Stop playing. Y'all gonna stop playing with these knockers. And held correspondence with the who? Jews or Hebrews, that he may perfectly learn the what? Hebrew tongue. Now, why did Columbus bring a Hebrew interpreter named Louis de Torres? Louis de Torres, to come and talk to you, so-called Negro, North and Southern Kingdom. So let's stop playing these damn games. Relates that the 10 tribes lived about a year 400 under the emperor. Okay, whatever. Look at that. You got Leviathan popping off, man. Concerning their Behemoth and Leviathan, right? You got a whole event between these that's gonna fuck up a third of the earth when the Most High come back, right? You see how they hiding shit? You got Ezra's popping off in caves underground. Look at that, man. They telling us where Leviathan Bismuth at, man. Look at this, man. You see this? Concerning which Ezra saith thus, the 10 tribes brought over into another country, right? Consulted that they should forsake the multitude of the heathens and travel to a remote country, right? So they're leaving America and traveling to a remote country where no generation of mankind or Israelite had ever lived before. There they would maintain their laws, right? The Torah, which they had not observed in their country, the Americas, right? Whereupon they went hither through the narrow entrances of the Mississippi River, right? For the Almighty stopped the veins of the river till they were passed over. For through the country was a way of a year and a half's journey. It's talking about journeying through the Mississippi, right? Wherefore they track, they what? Wherefore that trace of land is called Azareth, right? So what are they doing? Through. And I'm going to point this out. I pointed this out to somebody earlier. We're talking about through, right? This simple word, through. You see that? For through the country, through what? Azareth. What is Azareth? America. So what did they do? They journeyed through America. They didn't journey to America. It says through. And we're going to get that. But it's some good shit in this book, man. I just wanted to point that out. Look, it got zingers popping off, man. All kind of shit, man. You got Mount Zion in here, right? Let's go. All right, let's pop off. This is the Jewish Encyclopedia. The name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of men, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moshe until the time of restoration, according to Ezra. Columbus identified America with this land, right? All right, let's go and get it. Let's go and get it. We're going to call it a day. We're going to call it a day, man. We're going to go and get it, man. This is why I want to be right here. Alright, we're in 2nd Ezra, chapter 13. Now watch this now. Watch this. And like what them TV pastors be saying, watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch this. He came across the river. When the pastor hit that. That's old school. Y'all don't know nothing about that. All right. We're going to start at 39. And as for you seeing him gather to himself another multitude that was peaceable, these are the 9. I don't even know why I got 9 right there. This is the new Revised Standard Version. I ain't even want this version. I wanted the revised. Revised says 10. These are the 10 tribes that were taken away from their own land into exile in the days of Hosea, whom Shalmaneser, king of the Assyrians, made captives. He took them across the river, right? And they were taken into another land. Not Azareth, which is America, as Columbus is associating, right? Because if so, here it would say Azareth. But it says they were taken, right, into another land. But they formed this plan for themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the nations and go to a more distant region where no Israelite had ever lived, so that there at least they might keep their statutes that they had not kept in their own land, right? They're leaving from Azareth, America, right? And they went in by the narrow passages of the Mississippi River, for at that time the Most High performed signs for them and stopped the channels of the Mississippi River until they had crossed over. 45. Now we're going to pay attention to this word, because this is what precepting teaches you to do. Pay attention to words. It's a word game, I promise you. Come on, 45, let's go. Say it with me. Through. Didn't we just see that in America, that book? Didn't we just see that? The most latest and accurate description. Through that region. That was a long way to go. A journey of a year and a half. And that country is called Azareth, which Columbus described as America. So what did they do? They journeyed through America. Not to, but through. Well, one would say, how do you journey through? Nah. All right. All right. There you go. A river runs through it. A river runs through it. The mighty Euphrates, the mighty Mississippi. Right? You see, we understand that no one traversed the Atlantic. Now, according to science and according to these currents, you can leave off this coast and float to the northern shores or the western shores of Africa, right? But you can't traverse, right? So how did Columbus and them get over here? Well, all you gotta do is just read old Mark Twain, Life on the Mississippi. You would understand that they went up top, came down, up top, came down. That's how Columbus landed in Haiti, right? But nonetheless, what's the conclusion of the whole matter? All right, let's get into that. All right, we're back in 2nd Ezra, chapter 13. All right, we're going to go ahead and finish it out. What is the conclusion? Well, the conclusion is, then they lived there until the last times, right? And now, when they are about to do what? Come again, the Most High will stop the channels of the river again, so that they may be able to cross over. Huh? Therefore you saw the multitude gathered together in peace, Shalom. But those who are left of your people, who are found within my holy borders, who are already here in North America, shall be saved. They got to bring the 10 tribes back. And the Most High is going to stop the Mississippi again. Who run it? But those who are left of your people, Israel, who are found within my holy borders, who are already here. Mount Zion is here, shall be saved. Therefore, when he destroys the multitude of the nations that are gathered together, he will defend, fight, kill, defend, fight, kill, defend his children, the people who remain. And then he will show them very many wonders. Huh? All right, now it's spiral, man. Let's wrap it up. Let's belly flop in Isaiah 66, verse 18 and 24. Let's get it. All right. For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. And I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to Tarshish, to Pool, and to Lud, that draw the bow, to Tabal, and to Javan, to the isles of the Gentiles, afar off, right, that have not heard my fame, neither have seen my glory, and they shall declare my glory among the Gentiles. Now, when I tell you that the Most High is going to boast, brag, magnify himself for God's, for Most High's sake, he's going to make them bring your brethren to him. You see that? He's going to make them bring your brethren back. Most High said, I'm going to free them. You going to bring them. That's some cold ass shit, man. Watch this. Watch this now. Let me get my pastor shit on. Watch this. All right. This is some cold shit right here. Watch this, some cold shit. And they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto the Most High out of all nations, upon horses, and in chariots, and in litters, and upon mules, and upon swift beasts, and helicopters, and planes, yachts, cargo planes, military planes. You're going to have millionaires offering up their Learjets. Now, go on, take the key. You can go on, keep it. Shit, I don't want that nigga shit. I'm the Most High cheers, man. Y'all have all this shit, my nigga. Y'all don't know none of this shit. Just put in a good word for me. You see that? To my holy mountain, Jerusalem, says the Most High. As the children of Israel bring an offering in a clean vessel into the house of the Most High. Same shit. Huh? verse 21. And this is very important because some of y'all gonna press the rub. And I will also take of them for priests and Levites, says the Most High. So some of y'all, he's gonna take y'all as Levites and priests. Y'all, that means press the rub, right? You are the last dragon. You possess the power of the glow. For as the new Shemaims and new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, says the Most High, so shall your seed and your name Israel remain. Right? And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, Shalaki, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, says the Most High. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses. Some scriptures say carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me. For their worms shall not die. Oh, you thought you was gonna get out of this by death? No. Neither shall their fire be quenched. And they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh. All right. Hands up. Breathe in. Breathe out.